So how's everybody doing? Looks like Bill's wrecked his shopping cart or something. I don't know.
Looks
That's
like
the
he's
great
under a
Plattsburgh.
sun lamp.
Yeah, you're awful washed out. It's like heavy with too much light.
It's the computer screen.
It's your background too. You look like you're.
Great Plattsburgh ice shelf.
Yeah.
You know, I've been trying to do this virtual background stuff, but when I put it on there, it's all blurry and stuff. I'm not sure what the problem is.
Yeah, it's a fine art to get these things.
Sometimes the resolution is too high or too low. It's you don't understand the dynamic.
Something's too high, something's too low.
Something's too high, something's too low.
Yeah.
Button's too high.
You're orange. Your face is orange, Bill.
I know.
I like it. It's an interesting.
It's all good.
Like
Look
the
at this ball.
melting off too. It's that crazy background. Just go with the wall, man.
That's a good background.
I love it. Well, you know, that starts us off in a good spot, I think. I kind of was hoping that Bill could give us a report from the Canadian border and let us know that things are how they're looking up there.
Closed. I hate to tell you. I was up there and it's signs all over the place. Go away.
You're not wanted here.
Yeah, they don't want us up there, and we're dying for it. They're sneaking in here.
Mm-hmm.
I see the plane. There's a plane that comes down like 4 times a day that you can charter, and you hire somebody to bring your RV down, and then you fly down. You can cross the border of your flying, then you get to the Plattsburgh airport, get out, get in your RV, and drive to Florida.
Wow.
Well, how do they get the RVs down across the border?
Yeah, how do they get the?
They put them on roll-ons. They truck them down.
Huh.
Wow.
They get a roll-off, pull them on, drive them over because they're a commercial vehicle driving them, and so they're immune to the border restrictions. They're essential workers. That's how they do it.
There's always a
Canadians are way
workaround.
ahead, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to try and go do it in reverse, but you can't fly into the country. I mean, you have to be an essential worker to actually fly in.
But they're allowed to fly in over here?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, it's the Americans. And I have my physical therapist lives across the border, and she's an essential worker. So she comes down and she has more trouble going back across the border into Canada than she has coming here. And it's crazy. I mean, she's had one quarantine already that she had to serve 2 weeks after she had come back from the States. And so she missed work because she couldn't leave. And it's crazy. They're a lot more stringent on the crossings up there. They don't want the disease there, but they got it.
Definitely. Well, so listen, I know the fans are excited about this moment, and I know you guys are probably looking forward to it a little bit too. Everyone's missing seeing you guys. That's it, you know.
Well, of course they are.
Music. I miss seeing you guys.
Better believe it.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good conversation and a good moment to like just get together a little bit and kind of talk and share what's happening with us, you know, since March of 2020. And I thought it might be a good idea to kind of ask Adam, like, what are you guys seeing and hearing right now about touring this year in 2021? Are there any like updates that the fans could hear? Like, how's it looking right now?
Okay. Well, first of all, disclaimer that nothing I say is official.
Yeah.
This is the best of my knowledge. And, you know, we have a whole year worth of tour on the books scheduled. Many of them have been announced. Many of them haven't. It's the waiting game of, are we able to do them? Being that one of them is a month in Canada. So as Bill set up just now, will we be able to get into Canada safely? The next run is over a month in Europe. That's in July. Your guess is as good as mine on that one too. And then we've got a full, basically September through the end of the year. Everybody feels better about that one just because of the time of it. But that's all I got. And I don't think there's anybody with all the answers to that, just from different managers, booking agents, folks in our industry at Ticketmaster and such that I've talked to and everybody else has talked to. It's the waiting game to see how quickly we can get everybody, the vaccines or herd immunity and et cetera. So that's the update. We're ready to rock. We've got a full tour scheduled. And just like a lot of other bands, everybody's ready to get out there because this is what we all do.
Yeah, absolutely. I had no idea.
I'm ready.
Right.
I had no idea what a hole it was going to create in my life, not being able to see live music.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I've been seeing live music since I was 11 years old. Who knew that we'd be in this position? So, well, it's good to know you guys are ready to go and things are looking fairly optimistic toward end of the year. That sounds good. That kind of leads me. I wanted to ask Buddy a couple things. So, Buddy, you've been playing live a little bit, haven't you?
I have been. It's I moved down here to the Gulf Coast about 4 years ago, and I've made friends with a bunch of local people down here. And ever since all this craziness has started, there's a bunch of local venues down here. It's like about a 40-mile radius, from like Ocean Springs over to Bay St. Louis. Jim Suler might know where I'm talking about.
Yep.
But there are several.
We're all dumb. We don't know. None of us know geography. Is that what you're trying to say?
What's Jim Stewart got to do with it?
Yeah,
Well, because
that area, Simon.
yeah, he's his family's from down here. Anyway, yeah, there's several little beach bars and venues down here that have actually stayed open since April, and I've been able to work at least the weekends here with bands and different people. So I've been very lucky in that aspect. That's for sure. Yeah.
What's the name of your band, Buddy? Super Spreader?
Oh,
The band I've been playing with down here, they're called the Rougaroos. Do you know what a Rougarou is?
no.
A Rougarou is the bayou swamp monster. It's kind of like a Bigfoot.
Big swamp.
Okay.
Yeti,
It's called a
Hodag,
Rougarou, but
Chupacabra.
a Rougarou changes into other things. It might be like a werewolf one day, and then one day it might be like like a duck. A duck.
Dog.
Or
You mean
you,
Hookman.
or you, Adam Condy.
Or me.
Pretty name for you, buddy.
Anyway, but that's the Rougaroos. Yeah, I mean we do
Rougarous. That's awesome.
bayou swamp music, country blues. Just your dance band. It's all good.
Yeah. Well, so I know you've got a new CD that just came out too. Is that with the Rougaroos or is that a different project?
Oh, that's a whole different thing. The project I did. There you go. You can see it. It's called
There
Off
it
the
is.
Grid. It's called
Nice.
Off the Grid 2020. It's all original music. It's
Do
kind of a vibey, smooth jazz, R&B, funk kind of thing. So I put that together this year. So that has kept me busy this year. So yeah.
It sounds great. Buddy sent me a copy.
Yeah,
And
I've got one too. It's great.
I got mine.
I got
There you
mine.
go.
Where might one get one of those, Buddy Leach?
Well, you can go to georgethorogood.com and go to where it says store, and then you go to media and click on that, and you'll be able to order you about 1,000 copies of it.
Nice.
what we do.
Wait, Bill, are you being assaulted? What's going on?
You know how,
What are you doing?
you know what Bill
I
is.
changed
He's a
the screen to
Rougarou.
black, and that's helped the lighting effect. I'm not quite as orange. Sorry, it was
As far
a
as you can
technical
see.
glitch.
Bill's a Rougarou. Shape shifted.
Shape shifting black.
That my kitten here, Miss Josephine, wanted to see where all the action was.
Hey, buddy, I'm curious about where's Rudy?
Rudy, he's
Oh.
in here somewhere. I can probably go get him.
Sure,
He's
why
probably
not?
laying down. So
That's a good idea.
yeah.
It's
There
wrong
you go.
How you
Oh,
doing,
there's-
Eric?
I'm doing good.
How you doing,
cracking
man?
me up.
Huh?
Bill's just cracking me up.
Miss
Yeah,
Josephine.
man.
Okay.
Well, that little hussy.
So let me pull this together for a second. So has anybody else been playing any live music during this pandemic? Jim, what have you been doing?
Some shows. I live in the Dallas area, and there's shows in Texas at least, and I'm going to Austin to play a outdoor drive-in concert next Thursday. It's called Texas Winter Nights, and they have other bands. It'll run for like a couple of weeks, and they have Mike Zito and Reverend Horton Heat, Dale Watson, Del Castillo, a lot of
Nice.
Texas music or blues artists. So I was very lucky to get that. And I have a show with Miss Danielle Nicole at Billy Bob's next month.
Nice.
Excuse me. So yeah, I got 3 gigs in February, 4, and then 3 in March so far. And I'm not even that actively looking for work. I'm just taking the better stuff that I see.
Right.
So we're all being careful, and like obviously the drive-in concert is outside, socially distant. So everybody's been healthy, at least in my little world. So let's hope it stays that way.
Definitely. Cool. How about you, Jeff? What have you been up to, man? Are you playing some drums? Are you getting inspired? What's going on?
This thing
Oh.
behind me, working out on that.
I thought you looked pretty
The
fit.
elliptical machine.
Peloton Simo.
Trying to keep in shape a little bit. No, I haven't been
Elliptical
playing.
machine.
I'm actually going to see a show on Sunday. It's the Bucks County Blues Society, which I am on the board of. We're doing this show in Sellersville, Pennsylvania. It's a small theater, and there are going to be 40 tickets sold, and then it's going to be recorded, and then it'll stream live on the 13th of February at 8 p.m. On Facebook, I think. So, but other than that, there's nothing going on around here.
Hey, didn't we play in Sellersville as the Destroyers?
We have not, no.
Okay, I'm confusing it with another.
Not in this. It's like a 350 seat theater, and they bring in national acts. I saw Danielle was played there. John Hammond I've seen there. It's a really good room to watch somebody play. So we're doing that this Sunday.
Nice, enjoy the show.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Have you been getting in a lot of family time, I would assume?
I'm just doing whatever my grandchildren tell me to do. That's what I've been doing. I have 3, and 15-year-old boy, a 12-year-old girl.
That does
soon to
not
be
seem
13,
possible.
And 4-year-old boy. So they keep me hopping.
Sounds like it. No wonder you had to start working out.
I can't keep up with them. They wear me out. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So
Well, how about you, Bill? What are you doing musically these days? Have you played any gigs or recorded anything, or what you up to?
Oh, well, we don't have much in the way of live music up here generally. And with the COVID going on, it's really quiet, not really going anywhere. And a friend of mine that I played music with in the off times prior to COVID is sent me some tracks that he's been working on, and I've been playing around with them with the computer and sending them back and forth. Buddy sent me a couple of things that I'm playing around with. I haven't really got anything good that I can send him back yet, but that's about it. And occasionally people playing on Facebook Live, sit around and play along with some of that stuff just because it's there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty slim for live music up here, unless you want to go out and get exposed, and that means driving a long way because there's nothing really around here.
So Bill, can you play some polkas up there?
You can do Thursdays. You can you get your fill of bluegrass.
Bluegrass.
Bluegrass is a big thing up here.
Really?
Yeah, oddly enough.
Upstate New York. There's a lot of, you'd be surprised. I spent a lot of time up there, and he's not kidding.
Bluegrass.
It's so cold up there, like the grass is blue.
Oh, you're funny, buddy. Everything's blue up here.
Yeah.
Tomorrow it's supposed to go down to -5. So
Wow.
yeah, and on top of that, I had my ACL rebuilt, so I don't have ski season to look forward to, and it's kind of limited my ability to do home projects.
Oh, wow.
Thank God.
Is the mountain open for skiing up there?
Yeah, they're open, but it's very odd. I haven't been. I stopped one day on the way back from the doctor's office up in Lake Placid, and you have to have a season's pass or a multi-day pass to do it, and then they only allow 4 people if they're a group that knows each other to get in the gondola, and then on the chairlifts, I think it can only be a party of 4, and they have to be all friends. Otherwise, you have to ride up by yourself, so the lines, I imagine, would be pretty long if it's busy, because it really slows down the capacity of everything. I mean, it's probably good. They don't want you to. They're not encouraging you to hang out in the lodge, which hurts their bottom line because they can't sell any food or booze. And so this weekend should be a good test when it's supposed to be.
Because what
20
fun
below.
is going down a hill at 80 miles an hour without liquor in your system? I mean, really.
I know. It's just really crazy. I think they've already had one person get killed up there already this year, which is surprising, being that the capacity has been so low. But I guess somebody found their liquor match and took it out on a tree.
So you actually take a chair up one side of the mountain, and then you fall down the other side of it, right?
Well, that's, you got to start somewhere, but that's generally the idea. You try to bypass the falling part and land and stay up on the 2 planks that you carried up with you.
Perfect.
Or the 1 plank if you're younger.
Yeah.
What do you think, buddy? You want to give it a shot?
No, man. Like, I was in North Carolina, like back in maybe the 70s, and we were at this ski resort, right? And so they had the big slope, like the fast slope and the medium slope, and then the slow slope. Anyway, but I saw this guy. He came down and he fell, and he laid there, and then he laid there some more, and then he laid there some more, and then they finally came and hauled him off. I went, "That's not for me, man." Yeah.
You're more lodge material than you are skiing material.
I'm out.
You hang out in the lodge.
I hang out in the lodge and drink.
Yeah.
Firecracker.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Now, I've never been to a skiing or ski lodge. Are the lodges like that, like crackling fire and cocktails and food?
Yeah.
Women in sweaters.
Yeah, I mean, sweaters, big puffy sweaters,
And
furry
then,
boots.
and then here comes this guy with like a broken leg tough guy.
On crutches.
It's on Big
crutches.
Dan's
Yeah.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Actually, I
Try
talked
to
to
keep it
George
balanced.
today.
What's that?
I talked to George today. He said to say hi to everybody. He was just getting ready to start his fitness regime for the day.
Mhm.
We need to get him on here on one of these too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I
Yeah.
broached the idea, but I think he needs assistance in getting the technology working.
Yeah,
Like
for
we all
sure.
do.
Mhm.
I think he'd do it.
Yeah, everybody missed our practice run on Monday. That was fun.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a couple questions I want to fit in. I love just the free flow, but I'm real curious. What have you guys been listening to musically since the pandemic? We can just kind of start with Jeff and then kind of work around the horn here.
Okay, well, I got back into this album by Little Feat called Waiting for Columbus. It's a live record, and they have this special edition now. And there's some stuff on there that's not on the original one. And Richie Hayward's one of my favorite drummers, and just so I've been listening to that a lot. Do you want to see my my playlist for my workout regime?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you what that is. Okay, so I have Radiator 110 by Boz Scaggs.
Nice.
Looking for a Love from Jay Giles Live. Your Kind of Love from the Blasters. We're Gonna Rock by Studebaker John. Highway to Hell by AC/DC. It's a Long Way to the Top by AC/DC. I love
liking it.
Malcolm's rhythm, and it's just incredible.
He truly is.
A Woman to Love by Frankie Miller.
Great singer.
And Floyd's Hotel by the Jay Giles Band.
Wow.
So
That's
that's
a good
my
list.
that's my little workout tape. Get you going, and there's obviously drum stuff in there that I really like. And so, but
Sounds good. How about you, buddy? What you been listening to?
Well, when I'm not working on my own stuff or in other things in my little studio, I turn on Music Choice, that you have on TV, and I like listening to 90s country music. It just kind of it feels good. So I listen to a lot of actually, I know it might sound funny, but I like that 90s country stuff and smooth jazz. And then there's that other thing on Music Choice, that Zen music, that all the flutes and all the waterfalls and all that,
As Jim Hunt calls lotus blossom music.
Exactly.
because you're a nervous wreck and you need something to simmer you down.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Right now, I'm feeling a little shaky right now, if you really want to know.
You look nervous.
I am. But I actually like all that 90s country. And then of course, I like all the old country, like George Jones, George Strait, all that twangy stuff. But that's what I listen to when I just want to just chill out,
Who's in the 90s country, buddy? Because I don't know much about, if anything,
Well,
Hank Williams.
Garth Brooks,
Alan Jackson, Diamond Rio.
yeah,
Oh,
all
yeah.
those guys. Like I always
Vince
thought that
Gill.
was I always thought that was really hip kind of sounding stuff,
Mhm.
like it was before they started getting into country. Wasn't country anymore, it was just like country with rock guitars and stuff. It's like,
Def Leppard with a fiddle.
yeah, like I'm out. Yeah, exactly.
Well, how about you, Jim? What you been listening to, man?
I like to listen to a lot of these. There's a lot of new artists on the blues scene or the blues rock scene, like Davy Knowles. I love Davy, and Damon Fowler, Danielle Nicole. There's so many talented young artists. Tyler Bryant, The Shakedown. He's a Texas guy from Honey Grove, Texas. I've known him since he was 12 years old. now living in Nashville, and before the pandemic, he was out opening for AC/DC and Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, Jeff Beck, just taking over the world. And he's great. I love him. And of course, my old record collection, and I just did one of those Vinyl Madness segments recently, and Aretha live at the Fillmore West, which is Adam Condi reminded me how fantastic that album was, because I'd kind of forgotten about it. So thanks for that, Adam.
Yeah, man.
And if I'm in the car, I live in Dallas, which is like Dodge City because everybody's armed. So I try to listen to classical music to take the edge off and not get swept up into the highway hijinks. And just working on some new stuff. And, I've written a song with Damon Fowler that's going to be on his new record. It's coming out, I think, in March. So I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How about you, Adam? What have you been listening to, man?
Man, I just started getting into this guy that is new to me named Ariel Posen. I told Suler about him too. I've been really liking him a lot.
How you spell the last name?
Posen. And he played guitar with the brothers Landreth, but he's a great songwriter, great singer, but he's killer slide player, just great player. I on Instagram came across him. I was like, man. So I've been listening to him. I've been checking out the 3 Anderson .Paak albums a lot. I like those. Honestly, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I hadn't really done a lot with the original Genesis stuff. So I've been listening to Trick of the Tail and Selling them by the Pound and
Old Peter Gabriel stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of the
We can hear you.
Okay.
You just turned into a bull. He must be one of those creatures, buddy. He just turned into a bull.
I was
The
shapeshifting.
Rougarou. The Rougarou just turned into a cow. Man,
It's a bull.
a bull,
That's
or
a
whatever
bull,
the
buddy. That's
hell
not
it
a
is.
cow.
I
Well,
got
he
you,
tells
bull.
stories of BB gun and the bull.
Steers got corn kids. You don't have any.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, just that. And Sirius XM, I love Rock the Bells, that channel, LL Cool J's channel.
Mm.
Here's Rudy. I mean,
What have you been listening to?
Archie. There's
I mean,
Archie.
It's not Rudy.
Whatever. Hello, Archie. Is it Archie? No.
Awesome. Well, how about you, Bill? What you been listening to, man?
Well, it's Off the Grid, this new CD by Buddy Leach.
Right on.
I put it on. He sent it to me. I got it, and I put it on in the car. There's one song. There's a siren in it. I'm driving through town, and all of a sudden I hear that this goes off, and I pull off the side of the road. I'm looking around, and I call him up and say, "There's a siren in one of your songs here, like number 12." Yeah, why? Well, I almost killed 3 people trying to get out of the way. But anyway, I've been listening to that because it was kind of cool. Him send it to me, and I was reading something that George had talked about and what he was listening to, and I said Full House by Jay Giles. That was one of my albums right out of high school. I listened to. I've been pounding that. That's a great one for on the bike. A lot of energy in that. And then I started just going back through my record collection. It started with Alice Cooper. I've gone through like 5 of his albums from way back, and then I'm working my way through my whole collection, I think, just to see how much of it I remember and whether it was really worth keeping all those records for all these years. It's interesting because I've got a pretty eclectic collection, but the Alice Cooper stuff was near the beginning. I started with that because we played some of those songs in the band I was in high school. So I figured, hey, it's a good place to start.
Yeah, definitely. Wow. Well, how about venues? Like right now, I know every time we post things, on social media with you guys, people all over the country are like, when are you coming? When are you coming? I want to flip that onto you guys. Like, are there any cities or venues that you're just itching to like get out and play? Any come to mind? I'd start with you again, Bill.
Any of them
All
right
of
now. Well, Massey Hall in Toronto is a great one, but it's under renovations. And well, now with the COVID delay and everything, maybe it'll be open by the time we get back out on the road. So that would be really nice to homecoming, so to speak.
Yeah.
Go back and hit that. Maybe in the warm weather, we could go out to Denver, maybe hit Red Rocks, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Those are just some of the places that I like.
We're dreaming here. We're dreaming.
Right. Right. Well, there's a lot.
Yeah. How about you, Jim?
Paradiso, Amsterdam.
Mm.
Casino Ballroom, Hampton Beach, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
So that's a powerful place. I always like the Gorge Amphitheater in George Washington, and in Washington State. We haven't been there in a long time. Of course, Red Rocks, outside of Denver is fantastic. Billy, what was the venue we played in Madrid? That place.
The Bull Ring.
That was the
that was in Corzola.
Oh, that's right.
Madrid
That's
was
right. Yeah, that's right.
That was a great.
Madrid was a club, but the Bull Ring was
The
cool.
Bull Ring, yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, Corzola. But the venue in Madrid didn't. I couldn't tell you what that looked like, but the crowd in Madrid was one of the more intense crowds we've played for in a long time. They were intense. They were. What took you so long?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
they
know?
were really
Yeah,
powerful.
the first time there.
In Belgium, Ancien Belgique.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
That-
How about you, buddy? Where would you like to be playing right now?
Well, since I've been with the band, we've played a lot of places and been all over the world, and played a lot of beautiful places. But I think one of the most magical places I've ever played was the Ryman Auditorium right there in Nashville.
Mm.
It's just you look up there on the stage and you see that star where everybody stands, and you start thinking about who has stood there. But to me, that's always been as it stood out as like one of the best. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Definitely. How about you, Jeff? Other than the intense fans in Madrid, where else would you like to be right now?
Jimmy's named the Paradiso. I like that a lot. Belgium, anywhere in Belgium, I really like the crowd there, but I like everywhere. Billy's talking about Massey Hall. I think he's evidently forgot that we have something else going on in there, Toronto. We allowed to talk about that, Adam? We're not allowed to talk about. Whoops.
Adam, no,
Strike that from the record. Strike that from the record. So yeah, I don't have. I like just having a gig. So I like everywhere. Anywhere the people coming out and spend their hard-earned money to support us and come watch us do what we do. I'm happy to be there. That's the way I feel about it. Always have.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, I know the fans are itching for you guys to get back out there, and it looks like we're slowly inching our way toward that. So there's light at the end of the tunnel. But I think this has been a nice conversation. Is there anything you guys want to kind of throw into the fans here at the end? I think we'll do some more of these, Adam. What do you think?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
I'd love to. And I definitely I think we get the boss in here, get GT on here. It'd be cool.
And there's a lot on your answer there, Eric. New Zealand and Australia.
Yes, we all agree on
We
that.
all love
yeah.
going there.
Yeah.
Everybody loves going there.
Oh man.
Yeah. And we've got a lot of comments on your social media from people in both of those places, kind of saying, come back. So
We want to.
Yeah, we want to move in. So, we want to become citizens and all that. So,
that's awesome.
pave
listen,
the way.
Thanks for joining, everyone. This has been really fun. I think we're gonna, schedule some more of these in the future. So look, be be looking on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everyone stay safe and rock on.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
All
wow.
right.
Stay safe.
Miss you guys.
Hey, where'd you get that?
At that little curio store next to the casino in Hampton Beach, New Hampshire.
Hey, that's mine.
Come and get it, big boy.
Hey, what are you doing with Tommy Tong? That's mine.
That's funny.
They sold more.
It's mine. Can't have it. Bye.